In today's episode of Madden 25, I'm going to be realistically rebuilding the Indianapolis Colts, but with the new addition of Tyler Warren. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and or subscribe. Let's see if we can get this video to 100 likes. I would appreciate that. But moving straight into the team here, Anthony Richardson, I would say give him like another year to his development because he hasn't looked that great. He was injured his first season. He looked good whenever he first started his first season until he got injured. Second season, there's a lot of reports about him being lazy and just going on to the bench and just refusing to play it sometimes. He didn't look the best, but we'll see how he goes. I would say give him another year, and if you don't pick that high in the draft, give him another year after that. I really think it's depending on where you pick in the draft. You shouldn't force a QB. If your team is good enough to go up and get one, go get one. That's why they drafted him at pick number 4, because they needed a QB, but we'll see how he develops. Jonathan Taylor is a great player. Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, my bad. Josh Downs, I think he's super underrated. Great offensive line on paper here. Braden Smith may need to fix the right guard and the left guard. Quentin Nelson is a baller. Of course, drafting Tyler Warren was a good move. Laiatu Latu, if he can just stay healthy and just be on the field all the time, he can be great. Kwity Paye, I don't think he's worked out so far, but hopefully we can fix that in the simulation. Grover Stewart, DeForest Buckner, a lot of older guys on this team. Zaire Franklin, Cameron Bynum, Kenny Moore, and then Charvarius Ward, so that's good. I mean, again, there's a lot of older guys on this team, but I think this team can win a lot if they just have the QB, because I think Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, and then the addition of Tyler Warren in this great offensive line can really go the distance, but it's really up to the QB. Let's see how Tyler Warren and Anthony Richardson do in year number 1. 3-4 at the midseason mark, coming off a win to the Titans, but a loss to the Dolphins. Evidently, our defense is the problem. Third best rushing offense in the NFL. Defense is just awful. Scouting national focus, clearly the defense is the problem here. Do I want to get safeties? Do I want to do corner? Let's just do safety and try to get a new strong safety for the team. For the players we get to negotiate, everyone else here, I really no one to negotiate. Don't really want any of these guys. $31 million to spend in the upcoming free agency, but for right now, not interested in any of those guys. Let's see if we can make the playoffs in year number 1. And we finished 8-9 and missed the playoffs, coming off a loss to the Jaguars that probably would have put us in the playoffs, as the Steelers get in at 10-7 at a 7 seed, so no, it wouldn't have. So I guess we're just going to take the lower draft pick. Stats and awards, Anthony Richardson, 23rd in pass rating, 10th best offense, defensively 30th best defense, 4,000 yards, 31 touchdowns, 16 receptions, 97 pass rating, only got sacked 29 times. If we are in the position to draft the QB, I will draft the QB, but if we're not, I'll give Anthony Richardson another shot. But as of right now, he just doesn't look the best. Jonathan Taylor completely carried the offense, no fumbles, 70 was his longest rush, 16 touchdowns, 5.0 per carry, 1,200 yards, great season. Josh Downs, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns, great season. That should be superstar development. Alec Pierce, almost 800 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyler Warren, 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. Michael Pittman, not even 700 yards, but 9 touchdowns. Sacks allowed here. Our left tackle allows 9. Our right tackle allows 6. Center allows 6. 5 for Quentin Nelson, 3 for Matt, whatever that last name is. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Zaire Franklin, 115 tackles for a loss, 15 for Laiatu, 15 for Grover Stewart, 10 for DeForest Buckner, sacks, 13 for Laiatu, 12 for DeForest Buckner, 10.5 for Kwity Paye, so that's big. Both these guys, Laiatu, and Kwity Paye, both broke out. Grover Stewart but gets 9 sacks, so really good job by the defensive line. Interceptions, 2 for Jalen Carleys here, and then deflections, 8 for Kenny Moore, 7 for Zaire Franklin, and 6 for Jalen Carleys. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns, 1 for Charvarius Ward. And the Ravens win the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl MVP and the league MVP. Saquon Barkley, back-to-back Offensive Player of the Year. Joey Bosa wins the Defensive Player of the Year with the Bills. No awards here for the Colts. In the AFC South, Johnny Hekker and Kevin Zeitler both retire. For the team upgrades, offensively, surprised Jonathan Taylor doesn't get Superstar X Factor and Josh Downs doesn't get Superstar. I'm not going to force it, but I definitely think they deserve it. No upgrades on the offense. Defensively here, Laiatu gets superstar development. Same thing with Grover Stewart. That's some nice upgrades for the team. But other than that, nothing else. 85 overall team. Let's move into the re-signing. And for the re-signings, again, I don't like anyone here. $52 million to spend in free agency. Let's see what we have. Top free agent is Bobby Wagner and Shaq Mason, so super weak class. Yeah, so I got literally no one in free agency. The free agency class was terrible. I went after a couple guys. They didn't want to sign with us, so Apart from that, let's just move into the draft. I'll let the AI sign a bunch of filler players. And the Cardinals get the number 1 overall pick here. They're going to pick up a defensive end in Mike Franklin. We have pick number 14 in the draft. It looks like not many QBs were taken on the board at all here, but there's a second to third rounder, a third to fourth rounder. They don't really look insane. Maybe I draft one later down the board. This guy doesn't look bad. And Darius Toon out of San Diego State, 6'1", 232. He has decent throw power. He's more of an athlete, throw on the run. Doesn't look insane. And again, if there's no good QB on the board, I'm not going to force the pick. There's a top 5 receiver in Brian Flynn out of Oklahoma. F catching, not very good. Great speedy, lead acceleration. I don't like the F catching. The other skills look good though. I'm going to pass on him. But apparently we had a weak secondary last year. Do want to look at a strong safety. Not going to go with quarterback because, again, it's not very good on the board right now. Great speed, decent acceleration, A, awareness, B, tackle, B, hit power, B, man coverage. Looks pretty good. Let me compare him to the other safeties on the board. This one's a zone type, which I like a lot better. And he is Harold Wilbur out of Florida, 6'1", 204, solid speed, great acceleration here, A, awareness, A, B, play rec, B, hit power, a lot more balanced. Again, I'm not really a huge fan of the run supports or hybrids. I really just like the zone coverage guys. This guy does look a lot better, though. I can't lie. Austin Kitchens here out of West Virginia, 6', 210, great speed, great acceleration, a lot faster. He has the better skills. I like he's just better. He does look better. I'm going to pick up Austin Kitchens over Wilbur here, ranked number 18, got him at 14, hidden development out of West Virginia. He looks pretty good. And then in round number 2, looking for a right guard here, Zach Skillen here out of Florida, 6'4", 315, only decent strength here, but he has the good skills. I'm just going to pull the trigger anyways here, ranked 47, got him at 46. Normal development sucks, but it is what it is. Round number 3 here, there is the guy who looks exactly the same as the guy we just picked up, Carl Valentana out of Ohio State, 6'5", 300 pounds, solid strength, great acceleration. Nobody really better on the board, a bunch of A's across the skill board. Ranked 25, got him at 78. Hidden development, that's what I'm looking for, a nice fill-in player. And for right now, I'm probably just going to go to defensive tackle and sort by physical strength in the 4th round because that's usually what I do. Great strength from this guy. He's Bradley Gates, 400 pounds out of Texas. Yeah, let's just take a shot on this guy. Ranked 147, got him at 110. Normal development, but why not? That's solid value there. Austin Kitchens here, 76 overall, 73 for Zach Skillen, 75 for our center. Defensive tackles a 68, but not bad value. Stop drafting after that, but overall, solid draft, I would say. Now, this is the team after the draft here. Why is Skillen not playing his position that I wanted him to? So let's release this guy so we can actually play it. Skillen, let's move him up. He's identical to the other guy, but it's fine. Want to make him the starter immediately. Anthony Richardson, you better get it done this year. If you don't get something done this year and prove to me you should be the starter on this team, then I will replace you in the next season. Kitchens, let's move him as the number 1 guy. Everyone else here looks the same. I don't know why you switched around Kwity Paye and Laiatu Latu. Are they playing the same position? I hope not. I guess they were just switched around in the previous season. And specialist-wise, looking pretty good. Kitchens should not be playing as sub-linebacker. Everything else looks good. Special teams-wise, Schrader, we have him. We got Rigoberto Sanchez. Everyone else looks pretty good. 85 overall team. Let's see how you do, Anthony Richardson. He usually plays very well in simulation. Hopefully he can develop in this season. 3-3 at the midseason mark. How is Anthony Richardson doing? 23rd, 11th, and 21st. So 21st in pass rating, not a good sign. I know he does well in simulation, but he's not doing well here. My scouting national focus is going to be QB because he is not performing up to the level that I want him to. For the players who get to negotiate, Raheem here, I don't know if I want him. He's labeled as a left tackle. He wants a bunch of money. He wants to be close to home, which is international, buddy. Sorry that we don't have an international team. How am I supposed to provide that for you? That's dumb. Alec Pierce here. Let's see what we have. I kind of want to keep him on the team. 25 star development, player-friendly deal. He's going to resign. Kwity Paye here. He had a great year with us. He finally developed. 4-year contract, $10 million a year is a steal for a guy that just gave us double-digit sacks. Braden Smith, how much does he want? He wants around $20 million a year. We'll see how he plays. Nick Cross, he already has his contract up. I mean, he's really not a bad player, but I'm not going to pay it back up $5 million a year. He's going to walk. And then for these guys, they need a longer contract rather than 2 years because they're rookies. They're supposed to have 4-year contract, not 2-year contracts. So other than that, I don't really like anyone else here. Of course, I'm going to sign my GOAT, Daniel Jones. How old is he already? He's already 28. Dang, Unc, bro. How are you doing that? Anyways, Spencer Schrader here, star development, young. Why not? We picked him up from free agency, 4-year contract. He's only going to progress from here. Really not a bad option. And then Anthony Richardson, I'm not going to accept his option unless he magically goes off in the second half of the season. But as of right now, now. Let's see how we do if we can make the playoffs. And we do, 12-5. Did he magically go off? Offense is great. Defense is great. He might have magically gone off ever since I set the Scouting National Focus to QB, blowing out the Titans and the Cardinals. Stats and awards, significant improvement. Of course, he goes off in the second half of the season. 5th best offense, number 1 defense in the NFL, 4,500 yards, 40 touchdowns. 20 receptions is still too many. 101 pass rating, got sacked 30 times, but still 4th in passing yards, 4th and 3rd in passing touchdowns. Got a Jameis Winston on our team, but still, this is a huge improvement. I will give him another season. 20 interceptions is ridiculous, but hopefully he does get star development. Jonathan Taylor, 1,100 yards, 4.0 per carry, 10 touchdowns, no fumbles. And then Josh Downs, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. If he doesn't get superstar development, I'm going to give it to him. Back-to-back great seasons. Michael Pittman, almost 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Tyler Warren, almost 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Alec Pierce, 800 yards, 10 touchdowns. Sacks allowed here. Ryman allows 11. He's not getting a re-signing, and I'm not going to pay Braden Smith $20 million a year to allow 7 sacks, which isn't horrible, but it's not worth $20 million a year. 5 sacks allowed for Valentine, 2 for Quentin Nelson, 1 for Zach Skillen, the rookie. He's going to get star development for that. Only allowing 1 sack in your rookie season is a great year, especially after playing 1,100 snaps. Zaire Franklin, 107 tackles for a loss, 8 for Leatu Latu, 6 for Zaire Franklin, DeForest Buckner, sacks, 18.5 for Leatu Latu, huge season, that's deserving of X Factor, 16 for DeForest Buckner, 6.5 for Kwity Paye and Grover Stewart, interceptions, 6 for Charvarius Ward, deflections, 11 for Jalen Carleys here, who's been doing great, 8 for Kenny Moore, 6 for Zaire Franklin, safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns, 1 for Samuel Wokeman, I don't know. Can we beat the 11-6 New England Patriots for 3 overalls higher than them to get our first playoff win of this rebuild? And we do. 35-15 here to face the 13-4 Buffalo Bills. We have the better offense. They have the better defense. Who will win here, as they're going to actually beat us down pretty bad? Well, I mean, it's only a 2-score game, but still. 31-17, we're going to lose. Let's move into the offseason. And the Chiefs beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl again. They're just going back and forth with this Super Bowl rivalry, as Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl MVP and the league MVP. Gerard Mayo wins the Coach of the Year. That's laughable. Saquon Barkley wins another Offensive Player of the Year. No awards here for the Colts. In the AFC South, Lakeland Tomlinson and Darius Williams both retire. For the team upgrades, Anthony Richardson doesn't get star development. That sucks. I'm not going to give it to him because he threw 20 interceptions. I understand he had a great offensive season. He threw 20 picks. I can't really justify giving him star development. But Josh Downs, absolutely. Back-to-back seasons, almost 1,200 yards, double-digit touchdowns. There's no reason why he shouldn't have superstar development. It's kind of ridiculous at this point, so he will definitely earn that. And then my rookie, Skillen, a rookie allowing 1 sack after playing 1,100 snaps is crazy. Crazy year from him. I'm pretty sure Quentin Nelson did the exact same thing, allowed 1 sack in his rookie season, immediately got superstar development in real life, and jumped up to like a 90 overall. He was great his rookie season. Tyler Warren goes to X Factor. Defensively, any other upgrades? Leatu Latu, I know some people are going to be like, oh, you're cheating. You just upgraded Josh Downs, your right guard. Leatu Latu had 18.5 sacks. If you get 18.5 sacks in real life, you're getting Superstar X Factor. It's a video game. EA doesn't properly make the upgrades. I'm not giving Anthony Richardson a star development upgrade, but I will consider still drafting a quarterback after throwing 20 receptions. And then Carleys has been doing great. He gets star development. Kitchens only comes with star development, but that's fine. I mean, even though Carleys is doing great, he is regressing, and I do need to replace. He actually isn't. My bad. I don't know why I thought he was a lot older. So he's going to stay the starter, but Zaire Franklin, I do need to replace him. For the players who get to negotiate, both my tackles, it's not worth paying you $20 million if you're going to allow 7 sacks, which again isn't bad, but I would just rather draft someone else. And then Ryan Mann here allowed 11 sacks. I'm not going to pay you $20 million for that. Anthony Richardson, I will accept the option now. Nick Cross and all these other extras don't really want. How much does Nick Cross want? Still $6 million a year for being a backup. I'm not going to do that. Everyone else here just don't really want. $96 million to spend in free agency. In free agency, Mark Andrews, Khalil Shakir, my left tackle, away, which I don't need. Don't need Travis Kelce. Don't need Braden Smith. Terrell Bernard would not be a bad shout, but he got re-signed by the Bills in real life, so I feel like that'd be unrealistic. I can't adjust the contracts in the regular roster. Jalen Phillips, Jake Ferguson. I really don't like this free agency, other than Ivan Pace, actually. After free agency, only got Ivan Pace, only player I was truly interested in. So other than that, guys, it's now time to move into the draft. Cardinals get the #1 overall pick again, and they're going to go with an offensive tackle. What a waste, dude. And there are some QBs at the top of the board here, 3rd to 4th round, 2nd to 3rd round. All these guys just aren't good in general. Day 3 talents. Yeah, I'm just not going to take these guys. Anthony Richardson is going to live another day. The corners on the board don't really seem the best either. I mean, I don't really like this guy. Zone coverage doesn't seem, I mean, it seems pretty good out of Oklahoma. 5'11", 203 here. Great speed, great acceleration. Now that I see the acceleration, I didn't mean to click that, but I was going to look at him more, but never mind. No need to look at it. Ranked number 5, A+ pick, normal development. That's unfortunate, but still top 5 player in the class. Round number 2 here, I do want to go with a middle linebacker just because I like those. I can actually wait on that. Defensive tackle, I could wait on as well here, but my guys are aggressing Grover Stewart and DeForest Buckner. But Antoine Redmond here, elite speed, elite jumping, great acceleration here. B tackle, A power moves, B play rec, B awareness, and power moves, but 302, 6'1", another Oklahoma guy. We just love the Oklahoma guys. Ranked number 27, got him at 59. Hidden development, he looks great. And for the linebackers, the guy that I wanted just got taken off the board. Adrian Buckner out of Northwestern, 6'4", 254. Poor jumping, not going to take that. I'm in the late 3rd round, so I could snag a day 3 guy here. And Kelvin Triplett out of Georgia, 6 foot, good speed, great acceleration. That finesse moves. Doesn't look the best. I think I'm just going to go with another defensive tackle. Go by physicals and then sorts. Go over here. Go to speed. No strength. Elite strength from this guy. Rashad Craig, 314, 6'3". Usually they're like 400 pounds when they have the elite strength, but this guy's actually pretty athletic with the elite strength. Ranked 78, got him at 91. Normal development, but still pretty good value. And apart from that, I know it's like, oh, you could use your 4th round pick, but I'm not worried about it. I feel like my team's filled out pretty well. I just need Anthony Richardson to stop throwing interceptions. After the draft, Justin Ware, 77 normal development, 74 for Redmond, but hidden development. Craig, 71 normal development. Then I stopped drafting after that. Overall, solid draft, but I wish there was more hidden developments for our team. Year number 3 for the team, completely forgot to draft offensive tackle, but it is what it is for now. That's unfortunate. Would really like Anthony Richardson to develop. Forgot we had Riley Leonard as a backup. Everything else looks pretty good for now. Defensively here, Redmond and Craig are backup. Really nice depth there at defensive tackles. Zaire Franklin, I'm going to move him to right outside linebacker. He's definitely still a good player, giving us 100 tackles a season right now, but I think that's only because he's starting at sub linebacker and he's 30 years old, so I'm not going to need him long term. But everything else here looks pretty good. Jalen Carleys has actually been doing really underrated work here, so you love to see that. Where let's move him up, and Charvarius Ward is going to be the number 2 by Kenny Moore, so I need those younger defensive backs playing and getting those reps in. Everything else looks pretty good here. Zaire Franklin, Carleys, Ivan Pace Jr. Honestly, let's move up Carleys. He's younger. He has star development. I want him to progress. He's been doing great. But apart from that, year number 3, Anthony Richardson, please stop throwing picks. 6-1 at the midseason mark. Offense doing great. Defense number 1 in the NFL for points per game. You love to see it. Coming off 2 crushing wins to the Titans and the Steelers. And for the scouting national focus, I'm going to do middle linebacker here to replace Zaire Franklin. Actually, I'm stupid. I completely forgot that we have the offensive tackles that we need. So let me go to region breakdown and change this to offensive tackle. $179 million to spend. Josh Downs wants to be in a warm weather state and wants the team to have a franchise QB. So I'm going to wait for that. Jonathan Taylor here, I do want to re-sign him. He wants the highest offer, $12 million a year for him. He's going to re-sign Quentin Nelson. He doesn't want state income tax, which sucks for us, but I'm just going to pay him back $27 million a year. He's great. Michael Pittman Jr. doesn't want to be here. He wants the team to have a franchise QB. Again, that could change at the end of this year. Charvarius Ward, he just wants the highest offer. Just going to give him the 1-year deal. Only $9 million for 1 year. Not really the highest offer, but he'll take it evidently. Cameron Bynum, he doesn't want state income tax. We'll see how he plays. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to have anyone better. Let's just do player-friendly, 4-year contract, increase the money. That was way too much money. I don't know why I just signed him for $14 million, especially whenever he's going to start regressing, but whatever. Juju Brents here. I thought his name was Julius Brents. I could be bugging, but $3 million a year for a guy who's young in the star development. Nice depth piece. Take that. Kenny Moore. Kind of depends how he plays, but at the same time, it's only a 1-year deal, and he still doesn't want to do that. DeForest Buckner, I wouldn't mind a 1-year deal. Probably should have waited till he regressed, but he's going to be back on the team. Khalil Herbert can walk. Kenny Moore still questioning. Jalen Jones, honestly, not bad depth from him either. I'll do $4 million a year for 4 years, and he still doesn't want to do that. Everyone's being super picky with their contract right now. Grover Stewart, I wouldn't mind another year with him, even though he will regress kind of hard. But all those players are on their way out. Hopefully we can do something this year. Rigoberto Sanchez, I'm just going to draft a punter. Leatu Latu, I will accept that option. But as of right now, let's see if we can make the playoffs and win some more games. 13-4 first round bye. Look at those ranks green across the board, baby, coming off back-to-back losses to the Cowboys and the the Commanders. Doesn't matter, still get the first round bye here over the Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs, so that's great to see. Stats and awards, Anthony Richardson, 10th in pass rating, 21st in touchdowns, but 4th in passing yards. Third best offense, number 1 defense, 4,400 yards, 28 touchdowns, 9 receptions, 110 pass rating, got sacked 27 times. We've finally developed our franchise QB here as Jonathan Taylor, 24 touchdowns, no fumbles, 4.3 per carry, 1,200 yards. That's 100% deserving of X factor there. Josh Downs, 1,300 yards, 7 touchdowns, another great year. Tyler Warren, 1,000 yards, his first 1,000-yard season here, and then 10 touchdowns. My alarm just went off. And then Alec Pierce, 850 yards, and then 6 touchdowns. Great to see. Also, did Anthony Richardson, he had 3 rushing touchdowns and 400 yards. He should have more than that. Blocking-wise, 14 sacks allowed from my left tackle. He sucks, so I'm not really that surprised. Honestly, it was a really good season for my line. My right tackle, really, 2 sacks allowed from Chase Baldwin. Really. He was a 66 overall. I mean, if he only allowed 2 sacks, might as well keep him the starter. That's insane that he outperforms Quentin Nelson. Ivan Pace Jr. with 92 tackles for a loss, 12 for DeForest Buckner, 9 for Grover Store, 8 for Leatu Latu, 14 sacks, 10 for Kwity Bay, 6 Pay, not Bay, and then 6.5 for DeForest Buckner, and then Jalen Carles with 3, 2 for, wow, Grover Store only had 1 sack the entire year. Interceptions, 4 for Justin Ware, the rookie, and 2 interceptions for Carles and Kenny Moore, and then deflections, 7 for Carles, Kenny Moore, Ivan Pace, and Austin Kitchens. Safeties, 1 for Leatu Latu, defensive touchdowns, 8 for Kitchens. Can we beat the 12-5 Buffalo Bills? We're at home. We're 1 overall higher than them in the divisional round here, and we do 24-21 here, face the 12-5 Kansas City Chiefs. They are significantly a better team than them. We do have home field advantage. Let's see if we can beat them to move on to the Super Bowl. Here we are against the Chiefs. They're going to start out with a punt. We're going to respond with a punt. They're going to punt as well. Nobody's scoring any points in the second quarter. Finally, we score first, a touchdown there. 7-3 game at halftime, opening up half with a 3 there. They're going to respond with a touchdown, their first touchdown of the game. Defense holding strong. Offense, please do something, and they're just going to drain down the clock, kick a field goal, and the Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl. Offense, extremely disappointing today. Anthony Richardson, no touchdowns as he finished with a 58 pass rating. Horrible day from Anthony Richardson. And the Chiefs win another Super Bowl. How exciting, as Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl MVP, Joe Burrow wins the league MVP, Buster Cherry, head coach of the Colts, wins coach of the year, Lamar Jackson wins offensive player of the year. No other awards for the Colts. In the AFC South, Mike White and Grover Stewart both retire. For the team upgrades, Anthony Richardson doesn't get an upgrade. Some people may argue that he deserves an upgrade, but at the same time, I'm not really going to push it. He really had a bad game in that conference championship. Jonathan Taylor, 100% deserving of that X factor. I mean, this guy Baldwin did really, really well. I'm going to keep him as my right tackle. Only allowed 2 sacks as a right tackle is insane as his first start at a 66 overall. Now he's a 72. Any other actual upgrades on the defense? Redmond comes with superstar development. That's awesome to see. No actual other upgrades on the defense, though. A little bit disappointing. Need a new left tackle, but apart from that, let's see how we do in the re-signing period. And some people may be wanting me to trade or move on from Anthony Richardson, but it's too late in the rebuild to do that now. We're in year number 3. We just made the conference championship. Let's try and make something happen. I'll accept the option for Leatu Latu. Josh Downs wants to be in a warm weather state. Still doesn't believe we have a franchise QB, and he doesn't want to be here. I don't care. I'm going to tag him. Michael Pittman still wants a franchise QB. I'm not going to do a 5-year deal. I'm going to do a 3-year deal and just boost the heck out of this money. My dogs don't like this contract, evidently. And 3-year deal, he's going to re-sign. Kenny Moore, I'm going to do a 1-year contract for him. Let's just do actually team-friendly, 1 year for him, $9 million. He re-signs with the team. Khalil Herbert can walk. Jalen Jones doesn't really want to be here, but I'm going to offer a player-friendly deal once again. $4 million a year for 3 years. He's going to re-sign. Don't really want any of these extras here, so I'm probably going to move on from all those guys, draft a new punter. $50 million to spend in free agency. Let's see what we have. In free agency, Frank Ragnow is here. That's nice, but I honestly like my line. Sam Laporta, Elton Jenkins, Jameson Williams, Jalen Reed, Brian O'Neill, which wouldn't be bad, but I would move him to left tackle, if anything. How many sacks did he allow? He allowed 3 sacks last season with the Vikings, so I'm going to take him and move him to left tackle and just go from there. After free agency, I got Brian O'Neill. He's going to be my left tackle. Then I got Bryce Behringer as my punter, so I'm going to move Brian O'Neill officially to my left tackle right now. And honestly, my right tackle, he only allowed 2 sacks. I know he's only a 72 overall, but if he's only allowing 2 sacks, I'm going to keep him there. I'm sure he's magically going to allow a bunch more next season, but it is what it is. So moving into the draft, the team looks really good here. I don't know why Tyler Warren doesn't have an X factor. We literally just had one on him, but sure. And then I would like depth at middle linebacker. Zaire Franklin's been with the team for a long time. I like my depth currently at defensive tackle. May still need to draft another one. I got depth at the corner position. May want a depth safety because that actually does matter in simulation and in the game. But let's move into the draft and find out. And the Steelers get the #1 overall pick. Hopefully they pick a QB. No, they pick an offensive tackle. They're never going to get out of poverty. There's some good QBs on the board here too. A bunch of top 5 guys. This guy, again, I hate that face scan. Imagine being 220 pounds and you have an absolute triple neck. But for the team here, there's a free safety and a strong safety on the board. Both zone coverage archetypes. Again, I like my depth at safety there. Solid speed, decent acceleration, A awareness, A pursuit, A hit power. You know what? I'm going to pick it anyways. I like the A awareness. Ranked number 18. Got him at 30. Normal development, but still, he's depth, so it's really not that bad. Round number 2, late round number 2, and 3rd to 4th rounder at the linebacker. Jeremy Sermon here at a USC. 6 foot, 230, elite speed, good acceleration, A awareness, B block shedding, B catching, B play rec. I'm going to pick up Jeremy here and see what he has. Ranked 33, got him at 62. Hidden development, great value, 91 speed for a linebacker is really good. And then finally in the late 3rd round, I'm just going to keep building up my depth at defensive tackle just in case I don't think we're going to play another year, but just in case I lose to Forrest Buckner. Jerry Elm here out of Florida State. 6'2", 250 pounds, elite strength is all I need to see. We're going to pick him. Ranked 26, got him at 94. Hidden development, 96 strength as a rookie is great. What a steal there. Great stuff. Pretty good draft. I feel like I don't really need anything else. I've just been drafting depth since round 1, so I'm just going to simulate to the end of the draft here. After the draft, Robert McKnight is a 75 overall, 74 for Sermon, 75 for Elm here. A halfback, 70 overall. Jacoby Yancey here is not bad value for the 4th round. Normal development, but not bad for sure. After the draft here, the AI selected a hidden development receiver. Not bad for sure, as Michael Pittman's regressing, so Josh Downs is the #1 now. Offensive line looks good because Baldwin was really good last season. 85 overall, normal development, Anthony Richardson. Hopefully he can truly just be that guy this season. I mean, he was pretty good last year, but he worked on the interceptions. Hopefully he can just push us over the top now. Have a lot of depth here. Oh, Ware, I forgot. He got star development, so even though we drafted him with normal development, he developed pretty well here. 87 overall team. Like everything that we got. Let's see how we do for the 4th and potentially the final season. I'll play a 5th season if it doesn't go well. So let's move into the playoffs and see how we can do. Here we are in the playoffs as we are 12-5 here, but it looks like the Jaguars are going to take our division at the 2 seed at 13-4. 2nd in offensive points per game, 14th in defensive points per game, but 3rd best passing defense in the NFL. Team seems pretty good. Let's see if we can beat the 11-6, 86 overall Bills, but before we do that, let's look into the stats. Anthony Richardson, amazing, 2nd in the NFL for passing touchdowns, 4th in passing yards, 2nd best offense, #1 defense. He had a really good passer rating. Are we kidding me, dude? 9th best passer rating, but still 19 interceptions. Come on, dude. 4,600 yards, 41 touchdowns, 19 receptions. He had one good season without too many interceptions, but still, he's back on it again. 110 pass rating, 23 sacks. I don't know how you have 110 pass rating with 19 interceptions. Sacks did really well, though. Offensive line did their job. Jonathan Taylor, 1,100 yards, 4.4 per carry, 17 touchdowns, no fumbles. Anthony Richardson, 5 rushing touchdowns, 2 fumbles. And then Josh Downs continues to be a baller, 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. He deserves X Factor. Michael Pittman, 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns. Tyler Warren, almost 900 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's been doing pretty good for us this rebuild. And then Alec Pierce, 800 yards, 11 touchdowns. Sacks allowed here. Brian O'Neill allows 8, 5 for Carl Valentine, 5 for Chase Baldwin. Honestly, not bad. He's only a 70 overall. He's doing better than Brian O'Neill. Quentin Nelson allows 3, 2 for Zach Skillen. Jalen Carley's here, 106 tackles for a loss, 17 for Antoine Redmond, his first start. I mean, he's a #2, but still. 12 for Leatu Latu, 10 for Jalen Carley's, and then 10 for Kwity Paye. Jalen Carley's really underrated throughout the entire rebuild. Sacks, 15 for Leatu Latu, 9.5 for DeForest Buckner, 8 for Antoine Redmond, 4.5 for Kwity Paye. He's been on and off, 2.5 for Carley's, and then interceptions, 4 for Kenny Moore. Deflections, 12 for Ivan Pace Jr., 7 for Charvarius Ward, and then Carley's with 6 deflections. I just keep saying his name. He looks really good, apparently. Safeties, 1 for Leatu Latu, defensive touchdown, 0. Leatu Latu really developed nicely in the simulation. But let's see if we can beat the 11-6 Buffalo Bills. We are 2 overalls higher than them to move on to the divisional round here, and the answer is yes. You to face the 13-4 Jacksonville Jaguars. We're 1 overall higher than them. This is potentially the 4th and final season. I want to make sure that we can win this, so let's hop into it. Here we are against the Jaguars. They're going to open up with nothing. We're going to respond with 7. Nice start for the team. They're going to make it a 7-7 game. We're going to punt again in our own opponent's territory, which which isn't good. 7-14. Offense needs to step it up. 14-14 here in the third quarter. Driving down the field. 21-14. Defense doing a great job. Offense just hold the ball. They're not going to do it, and we're still going to be able to hold on. 21-14 as we will be moving on to the conference championship. Anthony Richardson had 1 touchdown today. 95, 1-1. Not really the best, but he needs to step it up in this conference championship game. 12-5 here to face the 13-4 Cleveland Browns as the Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel. I'm assuming it's probably going to be an AI-generated QB. It is Matt Charles, superstar development, and Aiden O'Connell, and then Ronald Ferguson are the backups. So Shedeur Sanders just not relevant here. But let's see if we can beat the 13-4 Cleveland Browns. We're 1 overall higher than them to move on to the Super Bowl. Here we are against the Browns. They're going to open up with 7. We're going to respond with 7. Nice start for both teams here. They're going to punt. We're going to punt. They're going to make it 14-7 here. Offense needs to step it up. 14-14. I mean, kind of defense as well. We're going to take the lead here. 28-14. Defense just needs to hold strong here. Offense continues to lay it on them. 35-21 will be the final score as we will be moving on to the Super Bowl in year number 3. Anthony Richardson, great day. 130 pass rating, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions for him. Great day for him. Only had 14 rushing yards. Jonathan Taylor with the touchdown as well. And here we are in the Super Bowl here to face the 11-6 Detroit Lions. Do they still have Jared Goff on their team? I assume he regresses in simulation pretty hard. No, they do. They still have 91 overall. Henry Davidson, 80 overall. Sam Howell's a 75 overall. They drafted a rookie QB in his replacement eventually, but he made it to the Super Bowl here to face us as they're an 88 overall team. We're an 88 overall team. They have a little bit better defense, but actually we have 4 overalls higher on our offense, and they have 4 overalls higher on their defense. So we got the better offense. They got the better defense. Let's see if we got any upgrades. Anthony Richardson, still no upgrade after throwing too many interceptions once again. Josh Downs gets superstar X Factor. Defensively here, any other actual upgrades? Redmond goes to superstar X Factor. Let's make him the starter. Everything else looks pretty good. I would argue our right tackle deserves star development because he's been doing great, but I'll leave him because it is the final game, so it really doesn't matter that much. But let's see if we can beat the Detroit Lions to cap off this rebuild with a Super Bowl win. We're both an 88 overall team. Here we are in Miami. They're going to open up with a punt, and I guess we immediately turn it over and they score 7 on us. That was weird, but either way, 10-3 game here for the Lions. Offense finally responds there with our first touchdown of the game. We're going to open up half with a punt. Not very good. 10-10 here. Offense is kind of doing their job. Defense is doing better. 17-17, winding down to the final 2 minutes of the game. Let's see what we have here. Oh, we got the ball back. That was a huge turnover. 30-17, and that should be the game. 31-17, driving down the clock, and we had another huge turnover. 38-17 will be your final score. It was close until the final 2 minutes of that game, just constantly getting turnovers. Defense clutched up. Jared Goff, I guess he threw 5 interceptions like he usually does. But anyways, what a game for us here as Jared Goff threw 2 picks, 33.5 pass rating. If he literally spiked the ball into the ground 40 times, had no yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, his pass rating would be 39.8. He had 33.5. Awful game from Jared Goff. Anthony Richardson, not really the best pass rating, but still, he got the job done. Jonathan Taylor, 2 touchdowns. He should probably get Super Bowl MVP. But anyways, our defense did get the ball back from them. Did we get a bunch of interceptions? 1 for Jalen Jones, 1 for Justin Ware, and Terrion Arnold had 1 as well. And then any defensive touchdowns? Yeah, Jalen Jones had 1, so he's probably going to get the Super Bowl MVP. But anyways, this will be a successful rebuild. Jonathan Taylor wins the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen was the league MVP and the Offensive Player of the Year. No other awards for the Colts. But anyways, guys, this will be a successful rebuild with Tyler Warren giving him a ring. Kind of developed Anthony Richardson. He's up to a higher overall, but he still has an interception problem. Jonathan Taylor low-key kind of carried us with Leatu Latu. But once again, guys, I thank you guys all for watching. Let me know which team you want me to rebuild down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.